Hey there, VC. How's it going? It's Josiah again. This is a twofer because this is my day off, so I thought I'd start off with that. That was Donnie and Diane, The Gypsy, from 1965 on Doddy Man Records. That is a really, really rare garage folk garage song from Oklahoma, I believe. And I picked that up off of the garage punk Facebook site. Came from, even though it's from Oklahoma, the seller sent it from his home in Italy. So that was stimulus money that I paid that. We paid a pretty price. But anyway, I wanted to do an update because it's been a month since I've done an update on my vinyl. So since I'm playing a 45, let's put a little bit more right there. Donnie and Diane were brother and sister from Oklahoma, and they did quite a few records, all on small record labels. And this was, I believe, their second or third release, and all of them are pretty obscure. But I wanted to get into showing you some 45s I picked up over the last 2 or 3 months. Some of these may go back to January or early February. So you already heard, I want to say thank you to Carlo from Geneva, Italy. He was the one that I bought this record off of. This Doddyman Records. See if I can fix the light. Backed with Carolina. Again from 1965 on Doty Man. Yeah, it's Doty Man from Oklahoma. And moving on, since I played a 45 for you, we got some that I bought last month. The Gantz Smoke Rings. Oh, doesn't want to go in there. Little Boy Sad on Liberty from 1964. Killer, awesome, one of the best garage punk from the 60s, from 1967. This bad boy right here. Thank you to Thomas from Fair Oaks, Arlington, Texas. or I'm sorry, from Arlington, Texas, off of Discogs. I would recommend going to, I don't know what the name of his YouTube. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's Thomas Theft, or Teft, Tefft. I would recommend going to check him out if you want to buy some stuff off Discogs. It came to me fairly quickly and in the same condition as described. And love. Beg, or love, shoot, you see that. And lie, beg, borrow, and steal. Been wanting that one for some time. Finally have it in my collection. From the same seller, on Jetstar, also from Texas, I believe from Fort Worth, the Floyd Dackle Combo, Dance Frandy Dance, and look what you've done. Really good garage, but more of a frat rocker. There's no solo, but it's just a really good kind of early rock and roller thing from 1964. In my opinion, one of the best original rockabilly singles. Let's Go Boppin' Tonight on Gold Band by Al Ferrier. This is a Louisiana musician. Put out quite a few 45s on the Gold Band label, among other labels. And one that I like even better. What is that thing you call love? Or what is that thing that's called love? From 1958. Also want to get his record Honey Baby from 1956. Been looking for a good copy of that. Those were from the Discogs seller, Thomas Teft. So we go check him out. Highly recommended. This was really good, and let me tell you a story. These 3 singles right here. I was just on vacation. I was on vacation until the 19th of this month of April. I went to Tennessee for a little while with some friends, and then I kind of spent the rest of the time at home and did some different things and visited some family, got to catch up with old friends. And then 3 days before I went back to work on a Saturday, I went to Records on the Wall, which I may have talked about before. I went there in September of last year in Huntington, West Virginia. This is my second time going over there, and I always find something good. I have to dig through so many 45s. This guy has 45s by label, 45s by year, 45s by variation. So he'll have the Atlantic section, the Decca section, some of the more obscure labels. If there's a lot on that label, if there's only 5, he won't put that. But if there are 10 or 15 different releases, he'll do that. For free, I got these for free because their Square debit machine had broke down. So I had to go down the road to the local Kroger and pull out more cash, along with 2 LPs that I bought. So I bought the 2 LPs with the cash I did have, and she threw these in for free because of the issue with the machine. I Fought the Law on Mustang Records by Bobby Fuller 5 for free. Backed with Little Annie Lou from, I believe, 1965 or 1966. Now, if you know anything about Bobby Fuller and 5, or Bobby Fuller 4, They were around from the early 60s to the mid 60s. Unfortunately, Bobby Fuller died pretty young. Next on Mercury, on the Black Mercury label, we have Sarah Vaughn, Broken Hearted Melody. And I showed a different video of kind of a retrospective of rhythm and blues. Well, I want to do one of a box set that I found that's Count Basie and Friends, Tony Bennett, Sarah Vaughan, Billy Eckstine, and Joe Williams on Roulette Records. It's a really good compilation I found last year, and this is how I found out about Sarah Vaughan, and I really love her voice. Kind of a chill jazz type, jazz lounge music. Not easy listening though. And Misty. And finally, for the last free one, Joe Turner, or Big Joe Turner, with Choker Campbell and his orchestra. Love Roller Coaster as a later one. I have some of his earlier ones with the yellow label. This is from 1957. And the label's a little bit messed up, but World of Trouble. And it's really cool that I got a Joe Turner record for free, because I hardly come across these. I got my first two yellow label ones in 2019 and 2020, and I had to go to a record show to find those. So it was really great getting that one for free. Not a Holy Grail. Ronnie and the Daytonas, GTO, known for their song Little GTO, and Hot Rod Baby, and Bucket T. But this is an original for $8. I wasn't even looking for this. It's a place called Meta Modern in Cincinnati. Around January, I think I went, or to maybe mid-January. This is in a little bit better shape. This is worth $100. I paid $8. I'm not going to sell this, but if I ever did, I could get close to $100 for it. I'd have to knock some off because of that. And that's the original 1964. That's the one I like the best. I don't like the stacked headlights. GTO. On Mala Records. An original, not stereo, mono. This is worth something. Now the stereo is only worth maybe $20 or less, but this is a mono. And the guy didn't know what he had. He had this marked for $8. He marked up heavy metal, some funk and soul, classic rock, but he had no idea or didn't care that he marked this so low. So sometimes you can find really good stuff because the record store or venue doesn't know much about this type of music. So if you're looking for this type of music, surf and not so much garage because people know it's worth quite a bit. Surf and hot rod music about cars, or just some types of early rock and roll. Sometimes you get lucky. One of the best finds. If I do a best finds video at the end of the year, this is what I'm going to do. This is definitely going to be one of the top ones. Then, from a thrift store in Grayson, Kentucky. This is a two-sided 12-inch single LP. I'm Ready by Kano and Holly Dolly. Now, I'm not the biggest disco fan, but I love synthesizers and I love loud guitars. And this is that post-disco, kind of more R&B, funk type stuff. This is not 70s disco. That's early 80s disco. Also from Grayson, Kentucky, there's the antique store called, I probably showed these already, but I'm going to show them again. It's called Broken Drum Records. It's only open on Saturdays and Sundays, and unless I request that day off, I always have to work it, because I work in grocery. But Wild Thing. Now this looks pretty scratched, but it plays really well. And I paid, I think, $15 for this. Like I said, the condition's not the best on Fontana. Which you probably can't see. Maybe a little bit. But it plays really well, and it's not as noisy as you'd think. So that was a really nice find. Don't come across Fontana records too much. I also have a Mindbenders record, The Game of Love. I also have one of those on original Fontana. This is from 1966, and that's from '65. The Wayne and the Fontanas. Or Wayne and the Mindbenders, I believe it is. Or Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders, sorry. So that was a nice find. This, you see this pretty common, but this was in really good shape, and it only cost me $2 or $3. Sweet, Desolation Boulevard, 1975. Most popular songs on here is Ballroom Blitz and the 16s, Sweet F.A., and Fox on the Run. Those are their most popular, but this whole album is killer. Early glam / hard rock from the 70s. If you don't know much about Sweet and you only know their hits, you really should get into Sweet. They're a really awesome band. We got 2 more to go. So these are the 2 LPs that I found at Records on the Wall in Huntington, West Virginia. I almost didn't find this. I flipped through it, and I had to do a double take. Don't you guys love that? You got to do a double take, and then you search it like, that couldn't be. Oh, was. Riot, Fire Down Under, 1981. Last record recorded with the Long Island band Riot from with Guy Speranza. Now this is my 4th Riot I actually have. I have their 2nd album called Narita, I think it is. I have their 3rd album, which is this one. Then I have their 4th album, which is called, oh gosh, I think it's Heavy Metal Machine or something like that. Electra. And this is mint or almost mint. So mint or near mint. I would say closer to near mint. I paid up for it a little bit. But it's definitely something I'm happy to have in my collection, because I never thought I'd find that one, because this is their best-selling record they did. I also have their 1988 album, when they did their, I think their 3rd singer, called Thundersteel. But that's more kind of power metal. And finally, Jeff at Tone and Groove. Thank you for getting me into this lady. K-Star sings from the late 50s or early 60s. I want to say 1959 or 1960. And most of her stuff is on Capitol, but this is on an interesting label called Cornet. Product of Premier, it says. That's a mint or near mint. It's just really good vocal jazz from the 40s and early 50s. Oh, it says Jazz 63. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed my recent pickups, and I'll have more content here in a few days with some of the bridge videos I do, and I'm already thinking up a new vinyl video as we speak. Like and subscribe, comment. I love to get comments. Share with your friends. I love music. I've been doing videos since last July, but I've actually had this channel for like 13 years, I think. But I didn't start uploading until last June or July. I just love music. I want to spread the word about good music, about popular music, about obscure music, about any good music from all different types of time periods. I have rock, funk, heavy metal of all different stuff, classic rock, really big into rockabilly, as if you look at my channel. Really big into early rhythm and blues with the saxophones and the drums and the kind of sometimes innuendo lyrics. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night, a great day, and be safe out there and explore every day while listening to something awesome. Rock on.